Let's do it.
All right. That's with caramel. JD slung the hammer end over end into the air above his head, pressed his tongue to his upper lip in confident concentration, counting 2, then 2.5 rotations. The claw end swung behind his back and the wooden handle smacked his palm. JD yelled for Eric to finish his drink. Rules is rules, he said, and tossed the hammer to Eric. They brewed poor man's moonshine with corn, potatoes, and methyl alcohol in an old crock pot they watched all summer, fine-tuning the Citizens Band radio receiver Eric stole, not initially knowing what it did. It didn't take long, however, for JD to find value in the distress signal channel used by apparently befallen old folks who were unable to re-erect themselves. One night, playing their favorite drinking game, Eric caught the hammer behind his back, which meant JD must refill his glass with the crock pot, gin, hobby shop rocket fuel, when they overheard one such distress call, and JD stopped to pretend to take notes in the palm of his left hand. Girl bikes were cheaper, so no one's father bought them boy bikes. They rode around town in pink and purple roadsters, big white rubber wheels with oversized and flowered seats. If this wasn't true for the whole town, they would have certainly stolen better bikes by now. They pedaled past a pack of irreverent wild dogs that ignored JD to such a degree they offended him, and he steered right for a feral bitch laying in the street, pedaling so hard his knees nearly beat his chest. The old dog lurched up like a pro wrestler avoiding a 3 count and trotted away, swishing stretched out udders side to side. Eric was born with an extra kidney he couldn't sell in the black market to make some money because it was underdeveloped and useless, except to cause him to wet the bed until the 3rd grade. JD listened to the radio receiver he brought and told Eric to hurry up pissing, since he heard the emergency medical technicians, or whatever they were, rousing to answer the befallen old lady's signal of distress. Nearing the address JD had fake written down in his left palm, Eric elucidated his theory of hermaphrodites being the modern-day version of a centaur. JD explained if he had the HIV, he would fuck all the gays just to kill them off, which reminded Eric of the time JD ate half a pack of stool hardeners and inexplicably pissed on the wall for a week every time he made a bowel movement, and he regretted not bringing what was left in the crock pot. They squinted their eyes to the size of buttonholes as they threw their bikes to the bushes outside a little house, lit up from the inside like a flickering jack-o'-lantern by the television set. An old lady that looked like either of their grandmothers twitched and cried in the kitchen, making snow angels with the pots and pans that rained down on her. JD opened the door claiming to be the captain of the emergency medical team, and you had the right to remain calm, and for Eric to hurry up unplugging the DVD player and remembering not to turn on any lights. They ran out to their girls' bikes, a DVD player under Eric's arm. They heard the old lady in the kitchen shout to the ceiling how thankful she was for the men to get there so quickly, and saying something about how she understood the need to retrieve something from their trucks, and she would remain calm awaiting their return. The barking dogs preceded the sirens like smoke to a fire. They pedaled home through the cool, humid brine, back to the house where they were safe from the rain. They weren't too drunk to smell the breath of the night. It was hard for Eric to control his bike, one hand on the white-handled sissy bars and the other arm putting a full Nelson on the DVD player. Its wires and coaxial cable dragging behind the bike bounced and threw off sparks visible from outer space.